Bass says, "Yep, this game does seem very in tune with societies and how they function. It's like oddly real, you know, which is what's kind of scary about it. If you really think about it, is it's like the stuff happening in this game in terms of the story, but like you minus like the giant deities fighting each other and stuff, right? You get rid of that, and honestly, it's oddly kind of realistic. You know, just replace like the bearers with, well, like say the helots from Greece, or the, well, heck, even the African slaves in America, right? That's actually probably a better descriptor, because they were literally, yeah, it's probably a better descriptor, to be honest, because I think that is what happened with that. You had the African slaves, and you would make them feel less than human unless they, it's like, oh well, they're not going to rise up against us, even though they outnumbered like the plantation owner and his guards by like even more than probably 100 to 1. But human society is really sad when you really take a look at it, huh?
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier.
Clive, was it?
So we have ourselves a new song we should probably check out. Forevermore. Wow, that's a good song. That's a good song. I like that. Yeah, because this is the one that you get when you walk around that one area that we're just going through. Really nice. Ah, it's a good one. I feel like I prefer this one though. I think it suits this area a lot better. Weirdly enough. Hey, Spoony Bard. Hey, Nectar. Oh, come hear the tale of Lord Nectar the Bold, who's bolder than Dion, or so I've been told. Is that it? Okay, thanks, Nectar. Okay, so we can go up there. I want to go and do some more lore, though. Now that we're back here, it's lore time.
Take a seat, Clive. I'll fetch you a bowl of
Very well.
Have you come for a tale? Or perhaps...
Tomes. I come for a tale. Oh, we're almost level 3, man.
If
We're
you have
almost
a
there.
question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
So I guess we'll do the relevant topics, and then we'll go through them once again, one by one. Starting with the bestiary, and then moving on to the mysteries of the realm, and then lay of the land, probably. So the Purge of Eastpool. The Purge's brutal attack on the Rosarian village of Eastpool in the year 873. Annabella Lesage, Holy Empress of San Brick, and Vicereine of Rosaria ordered that all bearers being harbored by the villagers be slaughtered, along with those ducal loyalists who had given them shelter. In the ensuing massacre, Eastpool's population was effectively decimated, and ultimately the village was abandoned. Yeah, I want to just kind of point out another like little fun thing that I learned through like history stuff, which I think is kind of cool. So like the term decimated. Also, ignore me touching my nose a lot. It's just gotten itchy. You know how it is during streams. Like you hear the word decimated, and it's such a casual word that can get thrown around like nowadays, but it kind of loses like its meaning, right? Yeah, see, Bass Backwards is actually kind of doing it, right? Only reduced by 1/10. It couldn't have been that bad, right? But that's the thing, right? That's literally what we talk about, which I find kind of interesting, because it's such a word that's thrown around, right? And when you think about it, it doesn't seem like it'd be that bad. But then you look at like the consequence. But then you really look at it, right? Like, you know, for those that don't know, decimated is you know, like it's Latin or whatever, you know, meaning like 1/10 of. So like what is one in every, so like for example, if an army gets decimated, like say a bunch of troops get captured and then they get decimated, and then it's like, oh, the army is decimated, that basically means like 1 in every 10 people, I believe, have been killed, right? Which doesn't sound that bad, but then you think about it, and like you actually look at what decimated, like how bad decimated, like being decimated actually means. And it's like, it's really interesting to think that if you reduce an army by like a tenth of what it is, that's actually really bad for that nation, right? It's just really interesting to think about, right? I thought it was kind of cool because someone explained that to me once, and I never thought about it like that before. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you wouldn't think it'd be that bad, but it actually is. An army loses like a tenth of its force, and now it's just absolutely like, what are you gonna do, right? It may not seem that bad, but it's very bad, right? I know it was a very like random aside, but it's something something that was explained to me a long time ago, and I always thought it was kind of an interesting way to look at it. Eastpool. So basic information. A hamlet located in the eastern part of the imperial province of Rosaria. It was once surrounded by fertile farmland, but the southward creep of the Blight eventually drove out most of its inhabitants. Bass Sackward says, oh yeah, but it's often used like in the same sense as complete obliteration. Yeah, right? Like, yeah, right? Like that's kind of the thing too. Is that I don't think people, well, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that a lot of people don't really like see the word and think a tenth of, right? I should have explained that a bit better when I was talking about it. Like, because I know when I was younger, I never thought about what decimate actually meant, like in a literal sense, right? It's just, oh, decimator just means something bad happened, right? But then it's like, oh, well, decimate is to reduce something by a tenth of. So, then you look at it like that, and it's used in like an army context. I believe it used to be used in like an army context back in like the medieval ages or something like that. And then you look at it like that, and it's like, okay, you reduce an army by the tenth of its size, and that's enough to obliterate an army, is more what I'm trying to say. I explained that really poorly. I apologize, right? So I always thought that was really kind of interesting, Like when you learn what the Deci and like when you think about it with what the Deci and decimate actually means, I just think it's really cool. A hamlet located in the eastern part of the imperial province of Rosaria. It was once surrounded by fertile farmland, but the southward creep of the Blight eventually drove out most of the inhabitants. In the aftermath of the attack on Phoenix Gate in 860 and the Ironblood invasion that followed, many fled here, including bearers who had lost their masters. The majority of that population, however, was wiped out in the culling of bearers ordered by Empress Annabella, and the village now lies abandoned and in ruins. Those who maintain allegiance to the late Archduke Elwin and work for the revival of the fallen Duchy of Rosaria. After Rosaria was incorporated into the Empire, most swore loyalty to their new vicereine, the Empress Annabella, even more converting after they see how those who refuse... excuse me, I apologize. Man, maybe I shouldn't drink Canada Dry on stream. Even more converting after they saw how those who refused to change their allegiances were persecuted. This persecution was to only grow, culminating in the burning of Eastpool by Imperial troops on the pretext that their reluctance to surrender Rosaless bearers to the constabulary proved their disloyalty to the Holy Throne. The term had a different meaning in the time before Imperial occupation. Rosaria was founded by the union of several small independent nations, each led by its own noble house. These houses remained powerful even after unification, sometimes leading to friction between the loyalists who argued for the Archduke's ultimate authority and the separatists who pushed for a return to autonomy. A wall painting found in the depths of the apothecary under Phoenix Gate. Who created it and for what purpose is unknown, but the celestial being in the center suggests some connection to a long-lost religion. I think I know what might be. We did the first encounter already. Yes. It's different. Okay, it's in that row. His greatest treasure, however, was always Benedicta Harmon. So when a servant of Waloed informed him that his love had been slain by Cid, his fury toward the outlaw and his allies knew no bounds. So what do we have new in here then? The bombs, that makes sense. Floating masses of self-contained flame found across both storm and ash. Okay, no, I guess they're just creatures then. My bad. I thought they were the same as the mechanical stuff. These creatures lack flesh from which we associate with typical fauna, leading scholars of the natural world to posit that they are not descended of any beast, but rather ungodly creations of the fallen. Oh, I guess they are, still are. Okay. By suppressing their internal furnaces, bombs can allow their bodies to cool and harden until appearing not more than as simple stones unworthy of your mark. It is in this form that they hunt their prey, waiting until an unfortunate soul has stumbled upon their place of rest before rising from the ground to spew forth fiery gouts of death. Oddly, should the prey fight back, the bomb will not flee, but rather combust spontaneously, sacrificing its own life to save the flock. Oversized units of armor animated by lost fallen magics. Deceptively swift despite their size, they wield both sword and shield skillfully and effectively, while the otherworldly plate which surrounds their vulnerable cores provides them with a nigh impenetrable defense. And Mysteries of the Realm. We should only have a couple of these two. Ultima's Thralls. Strange clockwork constructions often encountered in fallen ruins. The question of whether or not they are truly alive is open to debate, as they do not appear to require water, nor do they feed on the flesh of their victims as beasts do, and seemingly exist only to protect their habitat from intruders. All echoes are encased in protective plating that is made from the same material as the ruins and thus cannot be destroyed. The repeated blows will cause individual plates to dislodge, eventually causing the entire construction to collapse on itself. Twisted glowing blue creatures that awaited Clive and Jill deep within Phoenix Gate to try and prevent them from gaining the innermost recesses of the apothecary. Lay of the land. So I have a few more stuff here that we can look at. We had a look at this one. The land... Yeah, okay. The lands comprising the western reaches of the continent of Storm, formerly known as the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. It became an imperial province after its annexation by the Holy Empire of Sanbreque in the year 861. Annabella Lesage, once Duchess of Rosaria and now Empress of Sanbreque, was granted stewardship of her former home and the title of Vicereine, a role she embraced with sadistic relish, enacting a regime of crippling taxation and constant surveillance, along with renewed persecution of the bearer population. Situated in the heart of the ducal capital of Rosalith, it was from this towering ivory fortress that the Archduke and his family once ruled their proud nation. A well-armed Sanbrequois garrison has been stationed here since 860, when the duchy was annexed by the Empire following the tragedy at Phoenix Gate and the subsequent invasion by the Iron Crusade. The apothecary. A place of worship located in the depths of Phoenix Gate, an ancient stronghold on the northwestern border of the former Duchy of Rosaria. A large mural dominates the sacred chamber with the rite of ancestral communion. A ceremony carried out by the duchy's dominant prior to marching into battle was once performed. The Viceregency? After the incorporation of Rosaria into the Empire, Emperor Sylvester elected not to rule the new province directly, but to make it a viceregency with Rosalith as its provincial capital. A nation formed from a federation of 5 smaller states, it is located in the southern half of the continent of Storm and has its capital at Randala, also home to the mother crystal known as Drake's Fang, inside which stands Castle Dazbog, home of Hugo Kupka, dominant of Titan and warden of Earth. Hey Ashu, welcome back to the stream. How you doing today there, friendo? Hey Frag, how you doing? I see you're playing Fantasia Final Series. I am indeed playing Final Fantasy 16, I believe. But I am indeed, and I probably butchered that word. I probably said Fantasia and Final correctly. The last one, I'm not so sure. It is a nice time reading the Codex. I enjoy it. It's a small break from all the fighting. A castle built within the dome-like mountain that contains Drake's Fang. It is the primary residence of Hugo Kupka, dominant of Titan, and is lavishly appointed to suit his extravagant tastes. It did seem pretty fancy, not gonna lie. Royal Knights of Wallode. The Kingdom of Wallode's main battlefield forces, also known as the King's Guard. While they ultimately answer to King Barnabas, the Knights' orders are usually issued by their Lord Commander. The Royal Intelligencers, a special unit led by Benedicta Harmon, dominant of Garuda, are a notable exception to this rule, reporting as they do directly to the King. Thalan. A mining settlement in the southern part of the continent of Ash. It is known for the adamantite it produces, a resource highly prized for its unrivaled durability. But this is both a blessing and a curse, leading as it has to repeated attacks by marauding orcs over the years. Though previously well protected, the encroachment of the Blight has seen citizens deserting in their droves, leaving the town ever more vulnerable to attack. Drake's Breath. One of Valestia's 5 remaining mother crystals, located on the volcanic isle known as the Iron Blood, as Benin Lodlad, in the seas between Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom. Though its occupation can historically be traced to the duchy control of the crystal, control of the crystal was recently wrested from Rosaria's grasp by the Crusade following a series of bitter conflicts. The fighting forces of the Iron Kingdom. Ultimate command rests with the king, who issues orders directly to the commanders of each of his battalions. Ironblood soldiers greatly prefer heavy clubs and great axes over swords and other lighter weapons. This rather brutal approach is indicative of their overall attitude, which has earned them a reputation on the continent as savage, if somewhat primitive warriors. The Boiling Crusade. A surprise attack launched by the Iron Kingdom on the Duchy of Rosaria in the year 860. Rosaria was critically weakened at the time, having lost Archduke Elwyn Rosfield, and has plunged into chaos in the aftermath of the attack on Phoenix Gate. The Iron Blood unleashed a wave of murderous destruction on the Rosarians and returned home with human spoils in the form of countless young women and children, Jill Warwick among them. I love when lore in games is only there if you're interested. I agree. I do think it's pretty good. Like, it's stuff that interests, like, because I think he can do it in a way that satisfies both people really good, right? Like, if you don't care about the lore, and if anybody's watching this and doesn't care about the lore, I am sorry, but I do care, so I'm going to read all this. And then you can just skip it and have a fun time playing the game, right? But if you're someone like me that really appreciates, like, the lore, if you have it separate, I feel like you can put a bit more into it, right? Like with the codex system, right? You don't need to explain everything to me in a cutscene. Let me read it. Flesh out the world and let me just read it. Like, I'm okay with that, right? In fact, I really prefer that approach because I feel like I'm learning a lot more about the world by sitting here looking at all this and reading it and going like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, you know? Bandits. Those who make their coin by stealing from others or from their corpses. Banditry is outlawed in every corner of the realm, so those who turn to it must make their beds far from the eyes of the constabulary. Often setting up camp in abandoned villages. Some brigands will elect to band into small armies that together they might have the strength to make raids upon towns and villages in search of the food and funds they need to survive. A bitterly cold region in the northern reaches of the continent of Storm. It was originally home to the mother crystal known as Drake's Eye, around which a series of small nations sprang up, nations whose belligerence proved troublesome for Rosaria over the centuries. In time, however, the mother crystal's power dwindled, and with it the power of these warlike nations. With the Blight encroaching on their territory ever more, the remaining tribes were united and pacified by Duke Elwyn Rosfield of Rosaria in the year 854. So he's the one that even made Rosaria. A religion dedicated to the worship of the mother crystals, its priesthood enjoyed great power with the patriarch, leader and chief shepherd of the faithful, the most powerful of all. While best known as the state religion of the insular Iron Kingdom, it was once practiced throughout Valestia. To its believers, the mother crystals are literal gods, and the wasteful expenditure of aether through the use of magic is strictly forbidden. As such, those who do use magic, dominants and bearers both, are seen as subhuman abominations. The Battle of the Twin Realms was a conflict fought between the Holy Empire of Sanbreque and the Kingdom of Wallode in the year 865. Sanbrequois forces, with the power of the icon Bahamut on their side, took the Strait of Otha, back from Wallode, putting an end to a blockade that had lasted several decades. The Walloaders, looking to hold back the San Brequois advance by any means necessary, formed an alliance with the Dalmatian Republic, who themselves were waging war against the Iron Kingdom on the Western Front, and prevented the Empire from progressing any further. So now we literally only have persons of interest until we get in war here, which we will, but now that we've caught up, we should be able to keep these three contained and then do persons of interest over time. Although there's going to be a lot more talking in persons of interest, I bet. Hollow Knight and Dark Souls also do that a lot. See, I haven't played Hollow Knight yet, so I can't really say for that one. But Dark Souls, they do a good job with that one, but they do a really good job in telling the story and the environment too. I need to get some more water soon. It'd be weird for banditry not to be outlawed. Yeah, I kind of thought that too, actually. A Region of Thieves would be cool. It'd be like the pirate stronghold in Tortuga. Hey, they just changed that a bit from Canada. They did. We're basically in the game if you think about it.
The door to the shelves shall ever be open.
I think one of the best uses of lore in games actually is the Codex in Mass Effect. I think the Codex in Mass Effect did it perfectly. This is doing it really well too, of course, but I think the Codex in Mass Effect is just like, it's pure chef's kiss. It's absolute like perfection.
Don't mind me. Just taking a quick breathe.
Can't go in here.
I can set a broken arm, soothe a cough, settle a stomach. But there is no remedy for what happened in Eastpool. My talents are worthless in the face of such cruelty.
Guess you just have dialogue for that.
We're low on gigantole oil and curial greens. Should I put an order in with Lady Karen?
Hey, Jill.
We can keep running. Or we can walk through this door.
Walk through the door. Let's go.
This place is getting more crowded by the day.
I tell myself the bustle's a blessing. There'll be time enough for quiet contemplation when I'm dead. So, did you find the answers you were looking for?
Vaguely.
I still don't know what to make of this gift, curse, or whatever it is I've been given. But there is one thing I can say for certain. I am a dominant, Ifrit.
He's accepted himself.
And there is nothing I can do to change that. It is a burden I must bear until my dying day.
I bet you Sid's really happy to hear that.
Spoken true. Forgiveness and in turn salvation can only begin with acceptance. It's a path we all must walk, no matter how colourful our histories.
Sid, you once told me that you wanted to build a place where people could die on their own terms.
You did. You did say that.
I've been thinking about that. Why not a place where people can live on their own terms? For 13 years, killing was all I knew. So obsessed with death that I never stopped to consider the lives of those around me. Lives that I see now were scarcely worth living. Be they bearers or beggars, most but march blindly to their end, never realizing that they too deserve a choice. And I dare not turn a blind eye to their suffering any longer.
So, atonement then, is it?
That was the answer we found.
The only one we need.
I'll be expecting you both to pull your weight.
And we will.
Well then, with a sprinkle of fire and ice, This plan of mine might just work.
Fire, ice, and lightning. Let's go.
What trouble are you looking to get yourself into now?
The best kind. We're going to sneak into the Imperial capital.
Now that is going to be
Is
something.
it to Mother?
All right. Oh, look at that, dude. That's so nice looking. That's so Final Fantasy 14 as well. Oriflamme.
And the last of our farmholds in the eastern provinces has succumbed to the blight.
Without their yield, we will be hard-pressed to fill the capital's granaries before winter.
If there is a capital by then, the black creeps closer as we speak.
And yet you do naught but bawl and bluster.
Your Radiance?
If it is fertile land the Empire requires, we need but look south.
You gotta stop the blight, man.
If you mean the crystalline Dominion's holdings, we are bound by mutual accord. Theirs is a neutral state whose borders we are sworn to respect.
Gentlemen, did we swear to see our people starve?
Well, I really do think that...
The gates of Oriflamme buckle at the flood of those come seeking refuge from the blight. If there is not grain enough to feed those within our walls, how, pray tell, will we feed those without? But instead of setting your minds to riddles such as these, you lock horns with an enemy from across the sea, sending our soldiers to the slaughter in their thousands. The Empire bleeds, and you sit here prattling like crones in a tea house. And you fancy yourselves leaders of men.
So he's willing to break like
Sanbreque
a treaty,
is naught
essentially.
without her citizens.
Very
We are
willing.
but their servants. If their land is being wrested away, it is our duty to claim new lands for them.
Your Radiance! You cannot mean a war of conquest.
I do like how the Cardinals seem to not agree
That is
with him.
exactly what I mean. It is time we expanded our dominion. This is the will of great Grieger.
And he's using kind of religion as
There will be uproar. Then we must find a way to
as a
distract the
well, a
citizens.
reasoning
How
to do
much
it.
will that cost? And what of our legions? Shall we raise the furs?
Well, someone will have to contend with the Dalmex.
I will not keep you. You all have much to do.
It doesn't seem like a very comfy throne either. I guess it's a couch more than a throne, funnily enough. A very primitive looking couch. Justification. That's the word I was looking for. Using religion as more of a justification,
son.
along with, you know,
The Lord Prince is currently garrisoned at the Strait of Orth.
the lack of food and everything.
If it please you, I can send word requesting his immediate return to the holy capital.
That won't be necessary. Tell him instead to see to his wounds. Bahamut's strength will be needed again soon.
We're gonna be fighting Bahamut soon. TM. Soon. Let's see. Firstly, Bass says, I'm gonna head out now. Ciao. Hope the rest of the stream goes well.
You mean to tell me that the mother crystals are the reason the world is dying?
You take care, Bass. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day, friendo, and I will catch you later.
Called that on occasion, but no, not today.
And thank you very much for watching the stream, of course.
We've all seen.
Always a pleasure.
firsthand.
I don't have water, so this will have to survive. No, do I have water?
Land drained
I do have a
so
little
dry
bit.
of its ether, not even the rats remained. But where was it all going? I spent years searching for an answer until I saw it standing right in front of me.
Ah, very nice.
There, in the self-same crystals we look to for their so-called blessing.
Oh, yeah.
All right, listen. Take this crystal.
Mm-hmm.
How does it allow us to conjure magics? Answer, by drawing ambient ether from the air. And where do these crystals come from?
That's easy. They're mined from the mother crystals.
That's
They're
interesting.
one and the same. Although admittedly this here fits more easily in the pocket.
But the mother crystals are massive. Some as large as mountains.
A lot of aether
So
is
this
drawn
is the
then.
problem. Imagine just how much
Mhm.
ether can be drawn by something that size. As to where it's all going, mind, well, I can't know everything, can I?
We are taught that the mother crystals are divine. Their ether a gift from the heavens. For centuries, nations have fought and fallen for want of that gift. If what you say is true, how did no one else see it?
Maybe some do.
Says they didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Maybe the truth was inconvenient.
Inconvenient to whom, exactly?
The leaders, the rulers of those nations, and possibly even the people themselves.
The gods themselves?
So now you want to do something about the crystals? And what? We're not helping bearers and dominants anymore.
I didn't say that. I made a promise and I intend to keep it. But if we continue down this path, there's only one fate that awaits the realm. And we can't very well set our people free if they're all lying dead in a blighted ditch. Not if we want to create a place where they can live on their own terms anyway. Sort of defeats the purpose. So, if we have to bring the old world crashing down in order to build us a new one, what say you? Are you with me?
How can you not be with him after that, dude? After that speech. Stab the crystal.
It's about time I repaid your faith.
Hell yeah.
You could have just said aye. But it's nice to have you aboard all the same.
So you gotta destroy the crystals. Wow. So we're gonna be removing magic from the world then. Apart from the dominance and the bearers. Man. That's really...
What have I got myself into?
That's changing up the whole goddamn world.
For this.
If everything we were taught about the mother crystals was a lie, then what else might we have been deceived about?
I'll give you two a moment to sort out your kit. It's a long walk to Oriflamme, and I wouldn't want you keeling over on the way.
Dude, that's absolutely crazy though. Yeah, so you're basically gonna upset the whole world order. Man. Here we go. So as she says, so you haven't played Hollow Knight. I'm obsessed with it. I have not. I've intended to for years, but I just haven't gotten around to it. If I'm being real with you, mostly because I haven't really felt like I had time to dedicate to it.
Don't mind me. Just taking
Which, you know, is funny because I'm playing Final Fantasy right now, and it's probably a longer game by a long shot. But, you know, I'll get to it eventually. It is part of the list.
No, 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 no. Oh, please, no.
You've lost a letter. Nothing too important, I hope.
Not just a letter. I lost everything.
Oh.
There's a hole in my damn pack, and fool that I am, I didn't bloody notice.
It can't be that bad, surely.
So I just have a bit of an itch.
How could it be any worse? I'm a courier. I carry things. If I can't do my job right, then what am I good for? Nothing, that's what. I buggered it right up. That means no herbs for the infirmary,
and no fresh meat for our cooking pots.
Okay, that is
Worst
pretty
of
bad.
all, that letter I lost, it was for Sid. A letter he's been waiting on for days.
Maybe if you
What's the
retrace
letter?
your steps.
I'd scour Storm from coast to coast if I could, but there are curse breakers in the field, counting on my arrival.
Curse breakers.
No. I'll just have to own up to Otto and Sid. They're gonna skin me alive.
Fine.
Red
Tell
letter
me where to
day.
look.
That's a reference.
Are you serious? Thank you.
It sounds like the hideaway could use those supplies. So, where should I start?
Gotan's bales, perhaps? I took a tumble in the bushes when I was passing through. There's a chance my pack might have caught on something. If you can find everything I dropped, you'll be doing us all a favor. And if you can find Sid's letter, you'll be saving my life.
I'm
If
down to
it's
save a
there,
life.
I'll find it.
Wonderful. Now, I have to run if I'm to make my next delivery in time. I trust you can find your way to Gotan's bales. Oh, and hurry, will you? Sid doesn't like to be kept waiting.
Can do. Catch you later, Glenn.
Sure he doesn't. The letter won't last very long out in the elements. I should make for Sandbreck as soon as I can.
Hey, Nectar. Bah, not a yummy nut in sight, Koopa. Let's go have a look at the
Wanted to send a message.
whatchamacallit, the blacksmith. Then we'll look up the other side quest. And I guess we'll just go get them done.
Sangforian, dear.
The flame tongue. Oh, that's quite a bit better too. With a tongue of flame spake he the words of destruction. Spake he? Oh, do I need Stormcry? I actually need Stormcry for you. Interesting. Yeah, I'll make you.
Should last you a good while. And?
Oh, it looks so good, doesn't it? Oh, look at it. It's kind of like cracked molten lava.
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier.
He's never this late. Where are you, Randall?
Is everything all right?
Who's Randall?
Forgive me, young man. I was in a world of my own. I'm worried about my friend, you see. He left some time ago and hasn't returned. You know what it's like out there for a bearer on his own.
Why leave the safety of the hideaway?
For coin. Sad though it is, our need outweighs the risk. The hideaway can't survive on goodwill alone. And though Karen does what she can, her coffers aren't bottomless.
My God, I got something in my eye now.
You were a soldier, were you not? In the Imperial Army.
I can go find him.
Was.
Then I ask a favour of you. I'm too old to be traipsing hither and yon. Will you go and find him for me?
I'd be kind of a dick if I said no. So I'll do what I can.
I'll do what I can.
Oh, thank you.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Randall, and I suspect you'll find him in Lostwing.
Not Lost Wing, huh? I've
He's
been there.
Working for Quinton, the tavern keeper. He'll know something, I'm sure.
I'll speak to him.
Safe travels, my friend. And thank you again.
Prioritize. Hey, cool. Let's go and get some of these quests done. Do. Open world map. I will do. Oh, we got quests all over the place. Do we? Oh, no, that's where I need to go. Okay, no, that's where I need to go. Okay, that's not too bad then. Where else did I want to go? I want to go back to... Where was it? Was it here? No, that's Last Wing. To Eastpool. I want to go back to Eastpool. I want to see if it's changed. So we'll take care of the stuff in these areas first, and then we'll go to Eastpool and just see if there's any like differences, if there's any like dialogue for it. And I do remember that gate that we couldn't open. And I'm wondering if I can open it now that I have the power of the Phoenix. Like, then the Clive's actively using it, right? First, let's have a look at my abilities. So, what do I wish to grab? See, I think I do want to grab this. I think this is worth grabbing. Now, debating whether I want to do anything else. I can upgrade my jump. I was mastered. Okay, I was gonna say I can upgrade it. What? I can upgrade my dodge. I think I should upgrade my, what is it? My this thing. My Phoenix shift. I don't know if it would do much. It's only 375. I can get away with that. I don't know what that does. I don't know what upgrading it does. Increases the distance. Okay. I should know I can just hit a button and it'll tell me. Increases number of hits. Allows assignment to any icon. That's interesting. What about this one for the... So when you have these ones, you can assign them to any icon. That's pretty... You know what? That's actually pretty cool. I like that. Now, what about this one when you upgrade it? Adds a second limit break gauge. Adds a third. I mean, I probably kind of do want to do that, actually. I can't do it now, but I might actually upgrade that soon.
The courier said his pack might have split while he was passing through the bales. I better keep my eyes open.
I got the sack.
Good. Looks like I'm in the right area.
Got us another sack.
More of those supplies.
And over yonder this way, I think this is the last sack we need.
I doubt he could have fit much more in his pack. Still no sign of Sid's letter, though.
You have a quest. Oh, wait. Oh, no, you have the letter. Yeah, you have the letter. Okay.
Might as well ask around.
Hey, field hand.
A little overdressed to be picking grapes, aren't you? Are you here for Master Quentin?
Mayhaps.
I'm looking for a letter someone dropped nearby. And I suppose you've seen it.
Can't say I have, sorry.
Well, if you do...
Wait, I did pass a dog with something in its mouth a little while back. Could have been a piece of paper. No idea if it was your letter, but you never know.
I mean, we're checking.
Go?
Towards Lost Wing? Seemed well looked after to me. Dare say someone there's been feeding it.
To the village, then.
I need to go to Lost Wing anyway. It all kind of works out. Yeah, and look at these grapes. Too high polygon for my liking. Yeah, I may as well just... I guess I could just fast travel. May as well. Why not? I have the power. I may as well use it in this instance, at least. I doubt there's anything along that road I'd really be worth seeing anyway.
Back, are ya? Did Master Quentin summon you?
Sorry, lady. No time to talk.
The shad's all salted and smoked.
Sorry, dog. I need this. Dude, look, he's reading it.
It seems we have our culprit. Sorry, boy. Someone's waiting for this.
Give him some food, Clive.
Enough already.
Give him food. He needs it.
Hopefully this will keep our career out of trouble.
Oops. Let's have a look at the items that we got then. A letter intended for delivery to the hideaway by the clumsy courier Glenn, lost on the road due to an unfortunately placed hole in his pack. And just supplies intended for delivery to the hideaway. Otherwise, same thing.
A whole day on the line and they're still not dry.
I'm pretty sure that lady's been drying those since the first time I came here. And he's been looking for supper the whole time we've been here. You have anything new?
You haven't much, but you're free to look.
I don't really have anything new. See, I have things I could sell. See, I really should sell some stuff. I'm never going to sell Invictus, though. That one's mine. I'm keeping it. I do have guild bugs I could sell, though, I guess, huh? How much these go for? Oh, these go for quite a bit. If I need the money, I'll do it. Where are the guild bugs? Here you go.
Could never have too many. Keep fighting the good fight.
Sun's setting fast.
Howdy, Quentin.
Ah, if it isn't Sid's young protege.
'Tis me.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Looking for
I'm
someone.
For a bearer called Randall. I hear he's been coming to you for work. He was expected back at the hideaway some time ago. A friend of his asked me to check on him.
Randall, you say? The porter? Yes, I know him. And I can't say I'm surprised if he has been delayed. I gave him enough to do. Though, thinking about it, he should probably have been back by now.
Where'd you send him?
Look for him. Where was he headed?
I like how just Clive seems
An
done.
associate of mine to the south of here, on Lorbert's Pass.
I'll go look for him.
Happened to him. Be sure to let me know, Clive.
Can I have another cup, Daddy?
So wait, where'd you go to? I went down here. Okay, I can do that. The best way to get there would be... I don't know, actually. I think the best way to get there would be through... this way? So I need to go... I think this way. I think. Then over here, I believe. And then down there, and I think that leads me to the path? Yeah. Okay, good. I want to test out my new sword. I want to slay some peeps. Although, I forgot to equip my thingy that I wanted. So we'll get rid of Heat Wave and we learn Ignition instead. I want to use it. Come on, give me someone to use it on. I wish to slaughter. So far though, no slaughter. Howdy. Oh, jump for joy.
You all right?
The hanged man. Thank the gods. You're one of us. We were attacked. Beastmen on the road.
Beastmen, you say?
Randall knew he didn't play the hero, but reckless sod insisted on drawing him off.
Where did this happen?
Further down the road. In the clearing. Please. You have to see that he's safe.
Now, hopefully he's fine.
I'll do what I can. You go back to Lost Wing and tell Quentin what happened.
I'm sure he'll be fine, right? He has to be fine. Yeah, that's right, Clive. Sprint. Oh, there's some beastmen.
Goblins. Why am I not surprised?
Little gubbies. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, that was pretty cool. Hit the wrong button. Whoops. That'll do. All right, we can take him. See, that combo alone did a lot of damage. It's kind of why I wanted it. I was hoping I could dodge. I can dodge most of them. There you go. There we go. I was able to dodge most. I didn't dodge that one though. Bit of a shame. You don't got a hill guy. I guess you don't. Well, I don't either, apparently, but. Oh, come on. Those are so easy to dodge, dude. I'm so embarrassed. All right. All right. I see how it is. My wounds, boy. Okay, do this one first. Followed by some of this. Followed by some of this, just for fun. Plus I can get some health back. Oh, I parried, nice. Or did I? I thought I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, good. I was gonna say, it should be an ability finish. I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell if it was still going or not. Ooh, a bone necklace. I mean, bones are pretty cool. Inspect his body. Oh no, I didn't even notice he had a body there. Nope, he does not seem alive.
Sorry, Randall. Looks like I was too late.
Or was I?
Rot by the roadside.
No, I was.
Speak to Quentin.
Damn. Here, I thought we'd be able to save him too. Oh well. Goes to show you can't save everyone, even in a fantasy setting. I think I go up here. No, I don't. Man, it's so hard to navigate around Lost Wing for me. I don't know what it is.
That'll be enough today.
But how did the grocer know his
Randall is dead, man. Sorry to say.
Ah, there you are. My man told me what happened. And? I can't help but notice you're alone.
Randall died a hero. Presumably.
Damn it. I feared as much.
He's not far from the south gate. I trust you'll do right by him.
Of course. I'll send someone right away. I knew he was brave, though I didn't know he was reckless. Poor fool.
Had you known him long?
A while. I liked the fact that he didn't shy away from dangerous work, and he liked what I paid.
Because it helped keep the hideaway afloat.
I'll tell Sid what happened here. I expect he'll be none too pleased to learn of Randall's fate.
Probably not.
And I suppose you're none too happy either. For your trouble.
T.Y. Quentin. T.Y. Needs of the many. That's a reference. That's a reference I wasn't expecting. As she says, Freg, do you know Don't Starve? I do, actually. I used to play Don't Starve a lot, actually. I've been really thinking about playing it again, because I know they're doing what? Reworks on a lot of the characters, right? So I kind of want to play it again. I want to give it a shot again. I was never that good at it, but like, it's pretty all right. It's a fun game. I really liked it. Because they just announced they're doing a collaboration this 21st with Cult of the Lamb. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'll need to look into that. Well, thank you very much for letting me know. I had no idea. Oops. Did not mean to do that. Yeah, I'll give Don't Starve this. It's a game that I didn't really think would get as many updates as it did, and then it's still happening. Really nice. I like it when game companies do that. It makes me feel really confident in my purchases. Because man, I used to play that game a lot. Man, I want to play that game again. I have too many games to play, though. I'll need to plan some stuff out a bit better.
There you are. I just got back to the hideaway, and thankfully Otto hasn't seen me yet. I don't suppose you,
Got the letter
things you dropped.
right here.
I was so sure they'd be gone. And the letter?
Only a little worse for wear.
Got her Dougal barking.
No more skulking about in the shadows for me, then. And all thanks to you. Losing those supplies was one thing, but if Sid had found out about that letter...
So what's the letter about?
It's Cursebreaker business.
If only.
Ah.
It's from his daughter.
His daughter.
She's off studying in Canver, and her letters are all that keeps Sid sane while she's away.
He never mentioned a daughter.
I was going to say, I didn't know he had a daughter.
He's a busy man. And thanks to you, he won't be wasting his time smiting careless couriers with levin bolts. So I'd say you did us both a service. Here, for your troubles. If there's anything you're wanting from Sid, today's the day. He'll be sweet as honey once he gets his hands on this.
Perfect. Maybe I can ask him to give me a piece of Ramu. See, as she says, I'm not good at any survival games, but Don't Starve Together is really good and very alive. Well, maybe sometime if you want, we can play some. I think that'd be kind of fun. Because it's a good game. It's a really good game, and I haven't played it in years. I used to be like good enough. I don't know if I was like good at the game. I'm good at some survival games, but Don't Starve Together. Well, Don't Starve. I was much better in Don't Starve Together when I had someone else helping with the work. But like in Don't Starve, I did pretty good. I know I made it, but well, granted, back in the day, I used what would be, I guess, like a kind of, I guess, would be cheap method in a way to win or to survive. Because my whole thing, and I don't think you can do it anymore because I think they changed how it works. There's a method where you could get a bunch of rabbit traps. So you'd like find a plains biome. I think it's what it's called, and you could find like a bunch of rabbit holes, and you'd make a bunch of traps, and you'd put the traps over the hole, and then every day you could go and collect the rabbits because every day they would come out of the hole, immediately get into the trap, and get caught. But I think they changed that. I don't think you can do that anymore. But that's how I survived, and then I would just get the rabbit meat, and I would hang them all up and make jerky out of them, and that's how I survived my winters. It was really, really nice. I see it's a good game. Chicken.
So what God's forsaken corner of the realm is Sid dragging you off to this time?
The Imperial capital. Yep.
The holy capital. And what business would you lot having? On second thoughts, I don't want to know.
Understandable. You can still do that. Meatballs for the one. Oh, you can still do that. Okay, cool. I guess I know what I'm doing when I get back to playing that game. I thought I tried doing it once before and it didn't work. I don't remember. Maybe I just assumed or they would have fixed it, or maybe I'm thinking of something else. Because yeah, the other thing is like you get a nice pot, crock pot, I believe. And you can make a lot of that. That's what the person I played it with did a lot. She was more of the cook stuff in the crock pot kind of person, and I was more like beef jerky or rabbit jerky, right? Neither option is bad. It's just, yeah, we both did things kind of differently, I guess.